I want to become one of the largest tax firms in the nation. Imagine a TurboTax and an H&R Block combined. So I want to be the in-between, and I want to have so many different, I want to have clients, like I have clients in 30 states right now. I want to have them all 50 by the end of next year, or actually by the end of 2018. And so within 5 years, I plan to expand my clientele, I plan to expand my reach, and I plan to expand my franchises as well. I own multiple, so I own 4 now. I see myself owning 50.
Welcome y'all to Sincerely Richard. This is the Sincerely Black History Month edition series. Here with my guest host, Sir David Otto. How you feeling, Dave?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
Very smooth.
Thanks for having me.
Today, we are starting our Sincerely Black History Month series, and I'm sitting here with Mr. Jeff Badu of Badu Tech Services. How you feeling, bro?
Doing pretty good.
Thank you for being with us.
Pretty good. Yes, sir.
So, real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a licensed certified public accountant in the state of Illinois, and I pretty much love helping people. Recently wrote a book on real estate, and I own 7 other businesses on top of my CPA company.
Okay, savage life. All right. That's beautiful. So, how did you get started? Like, what was the beginning point that got you into being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I became an entrepreneur because, for one, I was tired of my full-time job. You know, I felt like there was better for me out there. I was working 60, 70 hours a week, you know, at one of the top public accounting firms in the nation, and I just wasn't too comfortable. I wanted to do things on my own more. I wanted to have more freedom. And you know, I was building a business plan 6 years before I started my company, and then I decided to execute it a little early, just because I was tired and I wanted more freedom. I wanted more opportunities. I wanted to be unlimited as far as what I could do.
Right.
That's
so. How was that decision as far as quitting your job and starting your own thing? How did that feel? Take us through that process.
So it was very scary. I mean, every morning I woke up after quitting my job, my heart was beating like, very fast, like literally. It was beating very fast. I was a free man. I woke up, you know, my office is literally right next to me, so I woke up, you know, do what I gotta do, go to my office, and then essentially I was building my website. I was doing a lot of things to get ready for tax season, put a lot of things in place, and now, you know, I own 4 different franchises with the tax firm.
So you said that you mentioned that you own 4 different franchises, 6 other companies. What are those other entities?
So aside for the CPA firm, which is, you know, Badu Tax Services, that's like, imagine like a family.
Right.
The mother is Badu Tax Services, and then there's a bunch of babies that's around it.
Oh.
So you have my real estate company, which is it's Badu Investments, but it has like 5 companies underneath it. So that's my real estate investment company. I do real estate fix and flips on the south side of Chicago, multifamily, you know, rentals for long-term Airbnb, and then also, so that's number 2. And then I own a car rental company. I own a fleet of 10 cars right now that I rent out to Uber and Lyft drivers, as well as just people who need a car day to day, just in general. And then the 4th one, I run a credit repair company. So I help people, you know, fix up their credit. Once we fix up the credit, we go to business credit. We find funding, you know, help them get some money for their real estate deals and things. So I run a business funding or a business credit company.
Right.
So that's number 5. I'm also a tutor / teacher. So I teach across the nation, and then I tutor for the CPA exam for the tax section. So that's number 6. Number 7 is I'm a financial coach.
Let's get going.
Okay. So I coach people on their finances, just like you would hire a fitness instructor. I'm your financial instructor. And then number 8, last but not least, I run a property tax appeal company where I help people appeal their property taxes in Cook County.
Oh wow. 8. So you mentioned that you're being African American in this neighborhood and this business has been a strong struggle. So what other major roadblocks have you hit that you're just like, man, I don't know if I can keep going with this, or where you felt like it's time to quit, or moments like that?
I mean, there's always moments in the beginning. There were moments where it's like, should I go back to my full-time job? This was after I left, but now I never have that doubt ever, because I always have clients coming in. You know, I'm always busy basically. Money is always flowing. Money is always going to be around, essentially. So now my biggest challenge is time. Just the companies alone. I'm also on the board of 3 not-for-profits. So that alone, that's a challenge. I go to church every Sunday. I mean, I'm always out doing something. So time has become a challenge, but I've found ways to combat that.
Right.
You know, I have a team, team members. I'm a big believer that you should use professionals to do everything.
Right.
So the thing about me is I use a lot of technology. So 90% of my work is virtual.
Okay.
So, you know, I feel like a lot of accountants, they do things the old school way. Come to my office, hand me a bunch of documents. You know, we sit down for 2 or 3 hours. You know, I work with millennials. We don't have time for that. we got lives, exactly. Yeah. So now I say, hey, you know, here's a portal. Upload the documents. I'll let you know. You know, I'll process the data. I'll let you know when it's ready, and then we go ahead and file. So I like to make people's lives easier.
How have you seen your business grow from the original vision now towards this huge kind of, I want to, like you said, kind of a family conglomerate. Yeah, go with that.
Yeah. I started reading more books, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. You know, Before You Quit Your Job. You know, Cash Flow Quadrant. I started reading a lot of books. E-Myth, you know, E-Myth Revisited for entrepreneurs. How to essentially not work in the business, but working on the business. So ever since I developed that mindset, that's how I started expanding my businesses. So now instead of me being just one person who does it all, now I'm like 300 people, imagine. And so I've expanded that way by expanding my time. I've expanded my resources. So I've started bringing on team members.
Who would you say you look up to, or any mentor that you have?
So I mean, Warren Buffett is a guy I look up to. He's a well-known investor.
Absolutely.
You know, he's without question the greatest investor of all time. I look up to him just because, for one, he knows what he's doing. He's one of those guys who he's very strategic. You know, and I'm a very strategic person. So I want to become one of the largest tax firms in the nation. Imagine a TurboTax and an H&R Block combined. So I want to be the in-between. And I want to have so many I want to have clients, like I have clients in 30 states right now. I want to have them all 50 by the end of next year. Or actually by the end of 2018. And so within 5 years, I plan to expand my clientele. I plan to expand my my reach. And I plan to expand my franchises as well to own multiple. So I own 4 now. I see myself owning 50.
Alright, so typically in all the videos, we do a lightning round or a speed round. So we ask you a series of questions. You have to give the first answer that pops in my head. You ready? Alright, for sure.
Alright, first question. Ghana jollof or Nigerian jollof?
Ghana jollof.
Yo, the biggest accomplishment of 2017?
2017 would be acquiring 4 franchises.
Favorite book?
Favorite book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Currently reading. Alright. Most fashionable person you know?
Jupiter for sure.
Alright.
Favorite car?
Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Fully loaded.
Nice taste, nice taste.
Wildest thing you heard while filling someone's taxes?
That they got 20 kids.
Your favorite part of an outfit?
Favorite part of an outfit would be the blazer.
True. Dream vacation spot?
Paris.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. If you could have anything in the world, what would it be?
I would say I would have the freedom to essentially give out money at any given point, like any given day, just
so like unlimited resources.
Unlimited resources, absolutely.
First luxurious thing that you bought after your first successful year?
Mercedes-Benz. Fully loaded.
Wait, that's your current vehicle?
Nice. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Riding clean.
Very nice. Alright, that concludes the speed round. Real quick, appreciate you for sitting down with us, man, but we wanted to ask you one last thing before we depart.
Yeah, so what advice or what steps would you give to someone that's currently thinking about quitting their job and starting their own business?
Find something you really love doing, continuously doing it, perfect it, and then eventually step out and say, okay, well, I'm ready to make this jump because I have enough clients, I have enough knowledge, and I have enough expertise, And then once you get in there, you build passive income sources too. So you got to find ways to multiply your income. Essentially, that's really what I would advise is you got to first perfect it, and then you continuously you build.
Nice.
Great. Right there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, that concludes our first episode of Sincerely Black History Month, our series. Jeff, thank you for sitting down with us, man. We'll catch y'all next time for the next episode. Until then, one love and peace out.